Good morning, everybody. How are you doing today? Are you ready for some more maths? Let's hope so. Okay, this is what you're going to need. For today's lesson, you will need a whiteboard and dry white pen, a pencil and paper, a ruler, and you will need some tens and ones. And you can use sticks and stones or pencils and buttons or Dean's cubes if you're lucky enough to have them, or some Lego. So pause the video if you need to go and get any of those things together. Okay, then let's start with today's lesson. Now, to begin with, we have got some multiplication triangles here. So in each of those triangles, there are three numbers, and we can use those to write four fact families, two multiplication number sentences and two division number sentences. So you might choose the first challenge. We've got all the numbers in the triangle there, 16, 8, and 2, and you've just got to arrange them correctly to create two multiplication calculations and two division. You might choose to do this middle challenge, and this is our 5 times table fact. What is the missing number? And then use that to complete all four number sentences. Finally, here we go, is another multiplication triangle. What is the missing number that goes there? How many 12s and 120? Then you can write out the four number sentences. Okay, 60 seconds to do this challenge, and it starts now. And if you're super duper whizzy, you might complete one challenge and go on to do another one. Okay, time's going quick. We're halfway through now. And we've now got 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and your time is up. How did you get on? Well, let's go through the answers. So on our first challenge, 16, 8, and 2 were our three numbers. And here are the number sentences. 8 times 2 is 16, and 2 times 8 is 16. 16 divided by 2 is 8, and 16 divided by 8 is 2. The missing number on the middle challenge was 9. 9 fives are 45, and 5 nines are 45. 45 divided by 5 is 9, and 45 divided by 9 is 5. And the missing number on our third challenge was 10. 120 divided by 12 is 10. 120 divided by 10 is 12. 10 times 12 is 120, and 12 times 10 is 120. Well done if you've got all four number sentences. And on to today's lesson. We're carrying on our work today, adding a 2-digit number and a 1-digit number together. And yesterday, this is the kind of thing we were doing. And can you remember how we were solving, what method we were using to solve this kind of problem? Well, pause the video, see if you can have a little think, see if you can solve this one by using your tens and ones equipment. Okay, how did we get on? So let's do 13 add 5. So 13 add 5, if we're going to use our tens and ones, the first thing I'm going to do is to make 13. 13 has got 1 10 and 3 ones. There it is. And then I need to add together 5 and 5. For that, I just need 5 ones. And then what I need to do next is to add together all of the ones. There we go. So I've got 8 ones altogether. Let's join the 10, the 110, and all together we've got 110 and 8 ones, which makes 18. Okay, hopefully you did okay with that, because that was a recap on what we had done before. Now then, we're now going to use the column method, which we have done before in maths lessons. A column method is a way that we can add 2-digit numbers or 2-digit and 1-digit numbers by putting our tens and ones numbers in columns. So but at home, you've probably got lined paper. If you've got squared paper, then we can use that. But I'm going to show you how to draw out our columns first of all. So we're going to need our ruler, and I'm going to draw one line down to make my first column. Then I need to do another line down for my second column, another line, and I have created now a tens column and a ones column. I also need to put two lines across like that. That's an equal sign, isn't it? So I need to put my two lines to make an equal sign. One like that, and one like that. And that's where we'll put our answer in just a moment. So, like I said, the first column is our tens column. So I'm going to put a T at the top of that one. And the next column is our ones column. So there's going to be an O at the top because the word one doesn't start with a what, it starts with an O, but it makes a what sound, one, O-N-E, one. So O for ones. Now I'm going to put my numbers in my column. Now let's start with 13. 13 is 110 and 3 ones. So I'm going to put them in my columns, 110 and 3 ones. And then I'm going to add on the 5. Now the 5 hasn't got any tens, so I'm just going to put it into my ones column, add 5. There we go. Now I'm going to add up by looking down my ones column first of all. So I've got 3 ones and 5 ones, and altogether that makes 8. The next thing I'm going to do is to look down my tens column, and I've only got 1 in there. I've got 110, so I'm going to put that down in my answer line, and 13 add 5 is 18. Don't you think that's a quick and easy way to add those numbers together? I hope you agree. Now, here's another one for you. So the first thing I would like you to do is 22 add 4. I would like you to have a go at solving this, first of all, with your deans. Pause the video and have a little go. If you haven't got deans, you know, your tens and your ones equipment. Okay, how did you get on? Well, let's have a little look at the answers. So first of all, we've got 22. 22 is 2 tens and 2 ones. Now I'm going to make my 4 ones. And then I'm going to add this all together by putting my ones together and dragging over my 10. So I've got 4 ones. No, I haven't. I've got 6 ones, sorry, and 2 tens. 6 ones and 2 tens, which is 26. So 22 add 4 is 26. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is to use my paper with the same columns on as before that we looked at how to draw them, and we're going to use the column method. So have a little go at doing this yourself. Pause the video, see if you can do 22 add 4 using the column method. Pause the video and have a go. Okay, then let's see how you got on with this one. So the first thing I need to do is to put my T and my O at the top for tens and ones. Now I'm going to add my 22 and my 4. So 22 goes in first. 22 is 2 tens and 2 ones. And then I'm going to add on my 4. So there's my add sign. There's my 4 in my ones column because it's 4 ones. Haven't got any tens. And now I'm going to go down my ones column to add up. So I've got 2 and 4. 2 ones and 4 ones is 6 ones. Now I am going to go down my tens column, and I've got 2 tens, and that's it. So pop that down there. 22 add 4 is 26. Did you get on okay with that? I hope so. Well done if you did. Now then, I have got, or our friend Poppy has got, another question for you here. This one is 36 add 5. And it's going to be a little bit trickier, this one. I wonder if you'll work out why. The first thing I'm going to ask you to do is to pause the video, have a go at solving with your Dean's cube, or your tens and ones cubes. And there will need to be a bit of exchange going on here. Okay, let's see how you got on. So first of all, 36 is our first number. Let's make that with our tens and ones. 36 is 3 tens and it's 6 ones. So there's 36, and we need 5 ones now. So let's get 5 of those. Now we're going to add together our ones first of all. There we go. And because I've added them together and it has made 11, I can exchange 10 ones for 1 10. Just like that. The next thing to do is to add on the rest of my tens. There we go. So all together, looking at that, we've got 4 tens and a 1, which is 41. Now, what we're going to do is to have a go at doing this on our column method. And this is going to be a little bit trickier. So if you want to have a go on your own before we do it together, that's fine, but I'm going to go through it as well. Okay, so here's my piece of paper. I've drawn my 3 lines down to make 2 columns and my 2 lines across to make my answer lines. So to do this one, 10s and 1s at the top. We're going to start with 36 and we're going to add on 5. Okay. Now, we're going to look at our ones column first of all. So if we look down the ones column, we've got 6 and 5. What's 6 and 5? 6 and 5 is 11, isn't it? Now, we're only allowed to have 1 digit in this column. We can't put 11 in there because that would be 2 digits. So 11 has got 1 in the ones and 1 in the 10s. So I can put my ones digit in, which is 1. What am I going to do with my 10s digit? Well, I'm just going to put that over there for now because that's not my final answer. So I'm just going to put it over there in my 10s column just below so I don't forget about it. So I'm going to go down my 10s column. I've got 3 10s and the 1 below. So I've now got 3 and 1 is 4 10s, which is 40. So my answer is 41. So we've now used our column method to add our numbers together, including exchange. Okie dokie. Here's another question. This one's also got exchange in it. I wonder if you can have a go at doing this, first of all, with your deans. Pause the video and have a go. Okay, here we go then. So 25, we need to make that with our 10s and 1s. 25 is 2 10s. It's 5 1s. That's 25. We also need 7 1s. There we go. And then, as always, we start with our 1s, put all of the 1s together, and that makes 12 1s. And 12 1s, I can exchange 10 of those 1s for a 10. There we go. Let's get the rest of our 10s across here now. So in total, I've now got 3 10s and 2 1s. So our answer is 32. Now, we had a go at doing the column method to work these questions with exchange out just a moment ago. See if you can use your paper, draw out your columns, and have a go at adding 25, add 7 using the column method. Pause the video whilst you try it. Okay, how did you get on with that? Let's have a little look. So here's my column. What goes at the top of my columns? I need a T and an O for 10s and 1s. Then I'm going to put in my 25, 2 in my 10s, 5 in my 1s column. Now I need to add on 7. I've got nothing in my 10s here. There's my add sign. Nothing in the 10s, 7 in the 1s. And then the first thing we do is to look at that 1s column again. This time I've got 5 and 7. What is 5 and 7? 5 and 7 is 12. Shall I write 12 in my 1s column? No, you can't do that. 12, it's got 1 10 and 2 1s. I'm only allowed to put my 1s in the 1 column, so I'm going to put 2 there. What am I going to do with my 10 from my 12? Well, I need to pop that down there. So I've written 12 out, but I've put my 2 in the 1s and my 1 under the 10s column. The next thing we need to do is look at that 10s column where we've got 2 up above and 1 down below. 2 and 1 makes 3, which is 30. So our answer to this is 32. Hopefully you got on okay with that. Now we're going to use our column method to solve these problems today. So 3 challenges to do. So you'll all be able to have a go at the first one. Most of you will be able to do the middle one, and some of you might want to go on and do the investigation with the submarine afterwards. Okay, so first challenge is use the column method to solve these, and these problems have not got any exchange. So you'll just be adding up the 1s and adding up the 10s. Pause the video if you'd like to try these ones. Hopefully 10 minutes will be enough. Now you may want to go on to this challenge, and most of you will be able to try this. Same again, we're going to use our column method, as you can see in the little picture, but this time when you add down your 1s column, you'll have so many 1s that you will need to exchange. You will need to carry over a 10 into that 10s column. Pause the video if you want to try these ones. And then finally, we have got our challenge where you have to find the missing numbers. You can see they're highlighted in yellow with a question mark, and you've got to use your knowledge of how the column method works to work out what the answers are. Pause the video. 10 minutes hopefully will be enough for these questions. Okay, how did it get on, everybody? Let's go through the answers. So our first challenge, we had 13 add 4, that's 17. 23 add 5 is 28. 3 add 34 is 37. 25 add 3 is 28. 6 add 43 is 49. And 36 add 3 is 39. Well done if you got them correct. If you didn't get any correct, why not go back and see if you can work out what you did wrong? Okay, on to our boat challenge. 16 add 8 was 24. 28 add 6 is 34. 47 add 5 is 52. 45 add 7 is 52. Can you see we've swapped around the ones digits there with the one above? 57 add 9 is 66. And 48 add 7 is 55. Well done if you got them correct. Same as what I said before. If you did make any mistakes, instead of just writing in the correct answer, go back and see if you can spot what you did wrong and have another go at it. And then onto this little investigation where we had to find the missing numbers. So on number 1, well, we can see that something is missing in the ones column and something at 7. It doesn't make 3, it makes 13. We've carried that one over. And what goes with 7 to make 13? It's 6. So 6 was our missing number there. 46 add 7 is 53. On to number 2, 36 add something is 44. What could the missing number be? It was 8. Because 6 add 8 is 14, and we've carried over the 10. On to number 3. Oh, what's our missing tens number? Oh, and we've got a missing ones number in the answer. Something with a 3 and the ones add 9 is 60 something. Well, let's start with what we know. We've got 9 add 3, that makes 12. So we can put 2 down there. We've carried over the 1. So whatever's in that missing yellow box, when we add the 1 to it, it makes 6. So it's got to be a 5. On to question 4. 30 something add 3 equals something. Ooh, how are we going to solve that one? Well, as we can see a 0 down in our answer line, in our ones column, the number, the missing number, when we add 3 onto it, must make 10. So that's got to be a 7. So 37 add 3, that is going to make 40. And then in this final one, oh, this is tricky. Could we have 2 4s there? Because I know that 2 4s make 8, but oh, hang on a moment. The 2 ones numbers, when you add them together, it doesn't make 8, it makes 18 because we've carried a 10 over. What 2 numbers make 18? Well, 10 and 8 make 18, but we can't have 10 in our ones column. So it has to be, there's only one option, it has to be 9 and 9. So 29 and 9 make 38. You really have to think about those ones. Well done if you manage to get them right. That brings us to the end of today's lesson. We've been adding together 2-digit numbers and 1-digit numbers, and tomorrow we're going to go on to adding together 2 2-digit numbers. I hope I'm going to see you then. Enjoy the rest of your day. Until then, cheerio.